I'm Brandon Smithwick, Kickstarter's Director of Content. Backing a Kickstarter campaign is about helping bring a project to life, but it's also about getting something in return. After all, rewards are the way you share that thing you're creating with your backers. In this video, we'll talk about rewards, go over what they can be, and I'm going to share some strategies for structuring them. Let's dive in. So, what rewards are right for your campaign? If you're creating a product like a tech device, a book, or even a game, this usually means offering it directly to backers so they can experience it first. If you're creating something like a film or performance, rewards might be your way of offering it to backers earlier than the public, whether that's through a file download or a ticket to an in-person event. Other rewards might be swag or merch related to your project. I'm talking t-shirts, coffee mugs, posters, stuff like that. And then there are more experiential rewards. Opportunities for your backers to have access to you or the project in a unique way. This could mean something like a studio visit or a Zoom call with you and your team, or perhaps some way for your backers to be a part of the creative process, like a character in the film or comic you're creating. Think about what would be most exciting for the audience you're trying to reach. Remember, people backing your campaign are willing to support your project before it even exists. So think about how you're going to give them something in return. This could mean an early bird discount, off an anticipated price of the product, or even a special edition of the item that you're creating exclusively for Kickstarter. Now, we do have a few rules about rewards. One is that rewards need to be something that you are creating. It can't just be something you're reselling. We also don't allow Kickstarter creators to offer equity or anything that promises financial return. Backing a Kickstarter campaign is about helping bring a project to life, not about making an investment. And there's a list of prohibited items like weapons, controlled substances, and live animals. So take a look at our rules page for all the full details and reach out to our support team if you have any questions. Okay, now let's get into reward strategy and how you can create rewards that will get people excited about your campaign. Here's a few tips. You should have a range of rewards so that people can support at different levels, but you don't want to overwhelm people with too many options. We generally recommend starting with 5 to 10 rewards. You can always add more during the campaign if you want to introduce new options. The pricing of the reward will, of course, depend on what you're offering and how much it costs to produce. That said, the most common pledge across Kickstarter is between $40 and $60. So it's a good idea to have something that falls within that price range. Also, create a lower tier for folks that just want to follow along. They'll still get updates about your project and might even bump up their pledge later. Think about how your tiers relate to each other. Consider what you can add to your basic reward offering that would make it more compelling for backers to increase their pledge. Maybe it's a signed edition of a book or a game that's also a bundle with a t-shirt. Make it fun for your backers to browse and decide what rewards they want. Since people won't be able to experience your item physically, you want to make sure you have great photos or even demo videos of your reward. Show people exactly what they're getting and why it's great. You have a lot of options for setting rewards on Kickstarter. When creating your reward, first, list all the items you're offering. Then you're going to create different tiers with one or more of those items. Think about what grouping makes sense for your backers. You'll specify where you'll ship rewards and what shipping costs will be. You can also offer items as add-on rewards. This lets you allow backers to decide what combo makes sense for them. A strong launch is all about early momentum. So you want to encourage people to jump in and back your campaign from the start. A reward editor lets you use quantity or time limits to create early bird rewards. And speaking of momentum, our late pledge feature lets you build off your success and keep offering rewards after your campaign wraps up. You'll be able to decide which rewards you want to keep open so people can find your campaign after the deadline and still support you. For more info on how rewards are set up, you can check out our video on building your campaign page. Now, the flip side of making your rewards as appealing as possible to backers is making sure what you're offering is feasible. You want to have a clear plan for actually delivering what you promise. Part of creating rewards is setting up estimated delivery dates and specifying where you'll ship. It can be tempting to say you'll ship as early as possible or ship anywhere in the world, but make sure you really understand time and cost required to produce and ship your rewards. Decide, are you handling fulfillment yourself, Or are you working with a partner? Have you figured out your packaging and what it will cost? Don't let any of these be a surprise that delay your fulfillment or means you're losing money on shipping rewards. Another good reality check is around swag or merch that you're offering. Don't feel like you have to offer shirts, mugs, or stickers, or anything else that you could produce. Remember, creating and shipping all those things will still take time and money, and can wind up being a distraction from creating your actual project. If you have a great idea for a shirt that you want to make, or anything that you know your backers will love, go for it. But don't feel like you need these rewards to just fill up your tiers. Simpler can be better. One final word of advice is to plan out your rewards well in advance of your campaign. Create a spreadsheet or a document that pulls everything together. Reward tiers, descriptions, images, costs, shipping, estimated delivery dates, and info about production and fulfillment logistics. Great rewards are the central part of a successful campaign, and making sure you're ready to fulfill them will help you and your backers have an amazing experience. See you in the next lesson.